Hey everyone, welcome to another Bonus Bang. My name is Scott Aukerman. I'm the host of Comedy Bang Bang. This is our fifth and final episode of this Bonus Bang series, Going Ham. And this week we are re-releasing episode number 774, InFletchion, originally released on September 11th, 2022. Now, this Bonus Bang series is featuring our good friend, Jon Hamm. He's been on the Comedy Bang Bang series, I guess you would call it, this podcast, for all of the 15 years that we've been doing it. He's a great friend. It features him, of course, as well as Lily Sullivan as Bridget Jones and Devin as travel expert Steve Spinx. Now, fun fact, this is the first in-studio appearance of Bridget Jones doing a reading from her diary, so that's a lot of fun. Now, if you like what you hear and you want to hear the entire CBB archive, you can become a subscriber at cbbworld.com, where you can find every episode we've recorded, as well as every single live episode. They're all up there. We're going to be back Monday with a new episode of Comedy Bang Bang. Until then, enjoy this Bonus Bang.
Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang.
Eating ain't cheating unless you're fasting. I'm looking at you, Gandhi. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. Thank you to Pugsley's Chicken. Pugsley's Chicken. Let's see the avatar. No, it's just a normal person, not Pugsley himself from the Addams Family franchise. But speaking of the Addams Family, oh God, I have no segue. I usually start those segues and it usually works out in my mind, but this one did not. Welcome to the show, though. My name is Scott Aukerman. We have a great episode of Comedy Bang Bang for you today. A little bit later, we have a diarist. And we also have a travel guide, and that's exciting. And we're in the middle of September, and I gotta say, celebs are back. The backyard era, we had no one wanted to come to the backyard, but last week we have Adam Scott, and now this guy, a contemporary of Adam Scott, who has perhaps eclipsed him in both TV and film.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Although Adam is nominated for one of those little Emmys.
Yes, M-E. You can't spell me without M-E.
That's right. Because you have one, and I was there. I was there backstage when you won that.
Man, remember those days?
That golden what is
nugget.
That? Is it a woman?
It's a figure. It's a winged figure.
It's a winged figure. And by the way, the Emmys are tonight. Do you get?
It's a winged figure holding a golden globe.
Yeah, interesting, because the Golden Globes,
which we cannot talk about anymore.
No, you're not allowed. But you won one of those.
Two of them.
Yeah, that's right. And you weren't allowed to do your speech.
I wasn't allowed to give them back. I don't know. There was so many things I'm not allowed to do.
Leave them on the porch.
Nope. No one will take them.
The Hollywood Press Association.
They're like, no, these are worthless.
Too bad. But he is, of course, you know him as Donnie D from the Madman, and as he's in theaters now as Admiral Shitbird in Top Gun Maverick.
Wow. It's so good to be back.
Just saw you again on Saturday. I watched the movie a second time, and I was just like,
thank you.
You're really playing an unlikable guy.
Well, an antagonist, I suppose.
Yes.
There are no real bad guys in the
No,
movie.
He thinks he's a good guy, right?
He's protecting the taxpayers' investments. Sure. Thank you very much.
But every single person in the movie seems to know he's a bad guy. Me. Jon Hamm is here, our old friend. Celebs are back.
Hey,
on Comedy Bang Bang.
Gonna be back.
You are in the movie Top Gun Maverick. You have that wonderful thing that everyone gets to do in the Tom Cruise movies, where you say Tom Cruise's character name in disbelief. Maverick. Because
his ego has been writing checks his body can't cash for well over 30 some odd years.
It's his butt can't cash him, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm pretty sure they were successfully cashed.
They were. Yeah, I don't know.
He's been wrong.
His butt did cash those checks. I don't know. He has a really nice motorcycle.
He's never been overdrawn, as far as I can tell.
Was that fun? Now, I talked to you about that back when we were doing the Between Two Ferns movie back in 2018 or something.
Yes, we started shooting that movie in 2018. We finished it in 2019, and it was meant to come out in 2020, and then the pandemic
Scamdemic.
The labyrinth led right to the demic, and then it was a rough thing. Yes, and,
but then it comes out in what year is this now?
2022.
Comes out this year.
Double deuce.
That's right. And is by the way, your character does take 2 shits in the movie. Is that right?
Yes,
he says "excuse me" twice in the movie. I'm like, this guy's taking a shit.
Hey, is he really?
You don't really see that in movies a lot.
In the Navy, they call that hitting the head.
Where one of the characters just goes, excuse me.
Gotta go. Why wouldn't they cut that out?
And everyone looks to themselves like, where's this guy going?
And then just a lot of noise, and then right back into the scene. Sorry, guys. Yep. Oh, you know what? One more time.
Maverick.
But
it comes out this year.
Your ego's taking shits your body can't cash.
Comes out this year as a smash hit.
Smash.
And it really,
bigger than the television show Smash.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. What was the musical that they were doing in Smash?
It was called Top Gun Maverick. Weirdly.
What if that movie becomes a musical?
I would definitely go see that.
Would you star in it?
For sure.
Yeah.
The dancing cyclone? It writes itself.
Of course. And I'm sure your character would have like a King George and Hamilton style solo where he
walk
explains.
on and I spin a lot and then I immediately take a shit and I leave. Double deuce and I'm off.
But that's so you filmed that before the pandemic and then you have a new movie coming out this Friday in theaters. As well as streaming online. It's called Confess Fletch.
Yes.
And when did you do this?
Now, we shot this movie during the pandemic.
Oh, really? So is everyone coughing during the entire movie?
Really sick, sweaty, uncomfortable, and masked. So it's really hard to see who's who. But it's funny.
Everyone sounds like Bane. The entire movie.
Oh,
hello, Fletch.
What's going on, Fletch? We really need Doug for that. We shot it in Boston in the summer of 2021.
Beantown is what they call that.
They call it Beantown. Mm-hmm. Everybody's full of beans and running around going to college. So we shot that. It is the continuation of the character that one Cheddar Cheese made.
That's
very
right.
famous.
He's great.
I think I'm saying that right. Made famous in the 80s. But Erwin M. Fletcher.
The Fletch books, that movie, a lot of people don't even know the Fletch movies that Cheddar Cheese made were based on books.
On novels that were written by a guy named Gregory MacDonald, who himself was an investigative reporter for the Boston Globe.
That's right.
And then Chevy very famously
he broke the Spotlight case, didn't he? And they weirdly didn't make Fletch about that.
Yeah, it was not as funny. Differently funny. Sorry. But no, So Chevy, Cheddar, Charvin, Chevrolet. Yes, thank you. Chevy Chars. Made a very funny movie in the 80s about it.
But it wasn't
was a
really
kind of a radical departure, very
movies,
Chevy, very 80s, very slapstick. And what we decided to do, myself and the wonderful director Greg Mottola, decided to kind of go back to these original books and kind of hew more closely to the source material. And that's what we did. And we sort of made a very new version of it that we hope is equally funny or differently funny or as funny or more funny. And
but you are keeping the scene where you get the big afro and you dress up like one of the Lakers, right?
That and people forget about this from the second movie, the dancing plantation scene.
Oh, right.
So we keep a lot of the baked in racism.
That's for the fans.
That's just fan service.
Yeah, of course.
Really. So no, we took a little different approach with a lot of the
I used to
timeless humor.
I used to read these books when I was younger, and I believe I was in the running to write one of these movies 20 years ago or so. They've been trying to make it for,
as you say, decades, and various and sundry people have been. Sudeikis, I think, Ryan Reynolds, maybe, I think an Affleck or two, because they're
both Afflecks switching off scenes.
That would be amazing. Why is Fletch so much shorter in this scene, and spunkier?
I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
Don't worry about it. It just works.
I haven't sized both of them up side by side.
It's been a minute.
So yeah.
And I think Kevin Smith might have been attached to maybe directed at some point.
That's right. Kevin Smith is a huge fan of these books and was trying to get these made.
Yeah, and so like you, I too read all of these books and was sort of like, oh, the movie's nothing like the books at all.
It's so different. It's such a funny character, but not funny in the
not like
Cheddar
the
Cheese
teeth
way.
And wigs and funny voices and funny names.
He's just a funny, like, sort of self-effacing guy,
and a little more sophisticated and what have you. But it was really fun to make. We got John Slattery to play my former boss, who people might remember from the first film
of the Mad Men.
Of the Mad Men.
Yeah.
So again, playing my boss.
He's playing your boss in this, and
yes, he plays Frank. The
did he ever? Did he ever?
Writer.
Was he like, look, Draper, in the scenes, and you're like, oh, sorry, I'm Fletch in this one.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, come on, man. No, but it was really fun. I think his scenes were like some of the first scenes we shot, and so it was super fun. And
you should the two of you should do every project together.
I wouldn't mind it. I actually did a movie I shot right after we finished Fletch. I went off to do John's movie that he directed called Maggie Moore with me and Tina Fey. We shot it in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I love working with him, and that was a big part of it. And we got him. We got Roy Wood Jr., who plays
former guest on this show.
Yes, friend of the show, I'm sure. Who plays this sort of person who's trying to tasked with solving this murder along with myself. The lovely and talented Marcia Gay Harden, up and coming comedic starlet Aidan Mayeri from I Love That For You, which I don't know if you've seen that yet.
I love that thing. I have not seen it yet, but a huge fan.
Everybody's funny in that.
Yeah,
and and
of
Kyle
television,
MacLachlan, just television in general.
Well, the arts
and the craft.
Yeah, sure.
I love arts and crafts. Those are two of my favorite things. Three of my favorite things: arts, crafts, and ampersands.
That's right. Yes, and arts and crafts covers them all. Right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, and
Greg Mottola, by the way, people will remember he did Adventureland and Super Cop. What is it? Superbad, and
Day Trippers.
Day Trippers. Yes.
Along with a little movie called Keeping Up with the Joneses, starring.
That's right, which I saw
and,
on a winged thing flying in the air.
Well, did it move you? The plane, not the movie.
Yeah, no, I made it.
You got to where you get to. Great. That's what we were hoping. We were hoping people see that.
Got
on
enough time to watch that, take a nap, and eat a meal.
Immediately forget it.
I thought it was fun. I remember like you in a car and Gal Gadot and she's shooting something.
Yes, it was a very action-oriented comedy.
Yeah.
It was very fun. It was before Gal Gadot was Wonder Woman.
I thought it was Gadot.
It might be. You know what?
Did she ever correct anyone on that?
She never corrected me.
Because we always called her Gadot on the Ferns movie, and she just like nodded.
I mean, she's game.
Sure.
Game Gadot.
Whatever you want to call her.
Yes, we had a blast making it, and hopefully, because as you know, there are many more novels to be
I would
adapted,
love to
so hopefully we
see
can keep doing
27 of these movies.
I would love to make 26 of them, and then the 27th I would do just out of spite.
Sure. Well, this is great. Confess Fletch. Is that how you say it? Or is it Confess Fletch?
I think you can really take whatever inflection you'd like to do.
That's the great thing about titles.
Yes.
InFletchion.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Confess Fletch.
But that's the thing about titles is
Confess Fletch.
Fletch.
Confess Fletch. Well, there is a comma in the actual title. So confess, Fletch.
Fletch. Yes. Okay. That's the good thing about titles. You can say them however you want, right?
Yes, exactly. You don't have to. You can say Fletch, confess.
Yeah, exactly. No one's going to stop you,
right?
Say
cheddar cheese.
Right. Exactly. Wait, is cheddar in this movie?
Cheddar is not. We didn't want it to be the kind of thing where
that he was
guy We didn't want the kind of weird nostalgic thing of there's the guy, the weird cameo.
Well, it's been at this point now 40 years.
Yes,
so.
we're closing on 40 years, and I always thought, even in the Ghostbusters thing when Dan Aykroyd is an old timey cabbie somehow. Why is this happening?
Right,
I don't
exactly.
know.
Although if Dan Aykroyd were an old timey cabbie in this. It would make sense.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely. Boston is full of old-timey characters. Old-timey cranky cabbies. Get in the car, yo! We're going to Alston.
Well, I think this is good. I think it's a good way to just totally start fresh, because these books are great. You're great. Greg Mottola is great. The just film in general and the arts and comedy / drama with those masks, with the one half is the sad guy and the other half
Golden Globes. These things are they're all great. But we realize too that there's generations of moviegoers and people that have no connection to.
Why would you ever watch that first Fletch ever? Like if you were 20 years old,
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense.
You know what I mean? So, but you watch this one and you're like, okay.
You know what? I like all these people.
Exactly.
Let's make more of these, and let's make 26 more of these.
Yeah. What's the next book called? Because this is the first one in the series, right?
You can kind of jump around. There's Fletch's Fortune. There's Fletch and the Widow Bradley. There's Karaoke Fletch.
What's the one you really want to do?
Rio de Janeiro.
You want to go to Rio? Is that what I'm hearing?
Come on, right? Well, who doesn't? I blame it on Rio for years.
That's right. Have you ever seen Blame It on Rio?
Yes, I have.
Weird movie.
Very weird movie. Deeply problematic.
Very strange.
Just
it
deeply,
seems like
deeply
in the 80s,
problematic.
like screenwriters in general, all these like old men who are like 45 or 50 suddenly realize
Old, by the way.
suddenly realize they didn't have to stay married to their wives
No,
anymore.
they did not.
And like, the whole paradigm of like, you got to stay together, you can't get divorced. Suddenly that blows up and they're
Or let me pitch this, Jim. Or you could, on vacation, fuck the 18-year-old daughter of your best friend.
right. And by the way,
Repeatedly.
Demi Moore, I think she's 18 in the movie, but the other one is 17.
17,
and got
yes.
special dispensation
had
to
get
appear nude in the
a
movie.
Judge had to sign a piece of paper that allowed her.
Who's this judge?
Judge Naked McGee. He's the guy you go to.
Of course.
The Hollywood guy.
Of course.
That also, I don't think we're spoiling anything by revealing these delicate plot twists. But
This movie is 40 years old this year, I
the
believe.
third act reveal where it is revealed that Joseph Bologna is also fucking Michael Caine's wife.
I know, it's crazy.
Like, what is happening here?
It's like, hey, couldn't we fuck everybody? I'm going to write a movie about this.
I mean, you can blame it on Rio, but I think maybe you should really look in the mirror, both of you.
Because wasn't it the dude from MASH? Didn't he write it?
Like
the guy
Larry
who created,
Gelbart?
yeah, I think Larry
you're
Gelbart
correct.
wrote it.
I think
yeah,
you're correct.
it's insane.
There was a time in the late 70s, early 80s, maybe a 10-year span where just all bets were off.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how. Yeah,
And people would go.
Do you remember the line from the Woody Allen Annie Hall where Tony Roberts is picking him up from the airport?
Annie, I love you.
That one. Tony Roberts is picking Woody Allen up, and he's perturbed that he had to pick him up because he was busy having sex with two 16-year-old girls.
Jesus Christ.
That is a line in a movie.
And
he repeatedly references it like they were 16, you son of a
To
gun.
be fair, that's a 32-year-old if you combine them.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. So a weird guy, Woody Allen. Is that what you're trying to say?
I guess I'm trying to say there's probably some things to unpack there.
Well, Confess Fletch is in theaters this Friday. It's also streaming. You can get it on
September
I would imagine
16th,
Apple and
your streaming platforms,
Yeah,
your
Amazon,
streaming
all that kind of
services,
stuff.
maybe your phone. I don't know.
the new Woody Allen.
Anything that streams.
The new Woody Allen, Jon Hamm.
Thank you. Thanks very much. I will proudly accept. I think we're done with the old one. Maybe there's room.
This is great. Confess Fletch. I'm going to be first in line to watch this.
Online or inline?
I'm going to be first online.
Okay.
Yeah.
First in line online.
When everyone turns on their computers in the morning,
First.
I'm going to be right there first.
Make sure you type it in first, like an old-timey comment section. First.
We need to take I stuttered on take. I mean, we need to I'm so frightened right now.
Doing Woody Allen is something like to take.
Annie, I love you though. This is the Woody Allen that no one does. Because everyone's, well, Annie, I'm in love with you. The gentle when he's trying to cajole.
16-year-old twins, Max.
I know, but Annie.
Max. Let's go get some health food at the source.
They're always playing racquetball too, aren't they?
It was big in the 70s. What do you want?
Anyway, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we have a diarist. We also have a travel guide. Are you excited about this show?
Both of those things are things that I enjoy.
I don't think you've been on since the 10th anniversary. Is that true?
I don't
3
think
years,
it's
maybe?
been a minute.
Yeah,
it's been a minute. Yes, I believe the 10th anniversary was my ultimate appearance.
So that we obviously the show is fallen off.
The worst without me.
We have a diarist and a travel guide coming up. So usually it would be 3 celebrities on these types of shows, wouldn't it?
Listen, they may be celebrities in their own world.
True.
This could be a very famous diarist. I don't know.
We don't know.
I have not met said diarista.
And I have not looked at the name of the diarist.
Do you think as a diarista, like a barista with diarrhea?
I think so.
Yeah.
And usually all that coffee would give you diarrhea.
100%.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, that sounds like the old double deuce.
All right, we'll ask them about this. Now, excuse me, I have to go.
Scott. Clomp, 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 short, shut. Flush. I'm back.
All right, we'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang, more Jon Hamm after this. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back. Jon Hamm of Confess Fletch is it's in theaters. How many
and streaming
how many theaters are you doing? How many cities?
It's something like a 400 theater.
That's pretty good.
Nice release. It's in theaters across the country, including my hometown of St. Louis, Missouri.
Really? I was just in there.
In St. Louis?
Yeah, we did a show there on the tour. Yeah.
What theater did you perform?
That's a good question.
Was it the Pageant? The pageant? No, it was the Stiefel?
Are you just making up words?
Stuyvesant, Starvin, Chevrolet.
It was
Magic Mike.
The pageant. It was the pageant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought about texting you to see if you were in town, and then I thought, of course he's done.
No, he doesn't live here anymore. he's very rarely here.
But I see you.
How was the show? Was it
was really
received
good.
well?
Yeah, I thought I don't know I've ever been there before. I thought it was great. Yeah, we saw those big arches. It was fun.
Yeah, it's one arch.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the other one is a fast food restaurant.
I was at McDonald's. Yeah, you're right.
There used to be a floating McDonald's down on the river.
Really?
On a riverboat McDonald's.
Do you have to take a riverboat to get to it, or you have to?
It was permanently moored, but
see.
now they have stuck casinos down there. So it's.
Could you do a drive-through in it though?
Maybe
with a car?
With a boat.
Okay.
That'd be kind of awesome.
Don't I see you though in like St. Louis games? You're always like popping up. You're like singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" and stuff like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I do. I do have family back in St. Louis, and I do go back on occasion. But I haven't been back in sometimes. It's not the most, as you probably found out, it's not the best place to be in the summer. It's a little warm.
Right. Yeah, it was a little warm. Yeah.
Although I do have on the St. Louis Walk of Fame, I have a star on the St. Louis.
Oh,
Walk of Fame.
congratulations!
Yes, I didn't.
Who else is there?
Just me.
Just you.
Yeah,
not even Ellie Kemper.
No,
your former student.
No, not yet. Well, not yet. It's just me.
Interesting.
And the star is as big as the arch.
Oh,
and
really?
it takes up the entire street. It's actually right down the street from the pageant. That's why I mentioned it. 'Cause I thought maybe on your way walking to the show.
I did not see it. No.
Did you want to see it though?
I did. I actually would like to see it. You know, our good friend Tall John, he has a star on the Palm Springs
Yes,
Walk
I know.
of Fame.
I know.
Yes.
That's what reminded me of that.
Now, you of course, people would know you most famously from being Connor Ratliff's scene partner from the University of Missouri production
Yes.
of Ordinary People.
Yes, that's where I get a lot of people on the street being like, you know what? I saw that production in 1992.
I had to fit that in because I was talking to him and he mentioned that.
I took over for it because it was it was a holdover show from the summer repertory theater that we did, and I took over for the guy that played it in the summer, and we started it anew with a different cast, me, for the fall for the show, so they have something up and running so people can go to the theater. And I was so nervous that that I wasn't going to know my lines that I had to skip the first two rehearsals because I lost my voice.
Really? So you were that nervous? You're like,
I can't talk. I was like, but Annie, I love you. I can't talk so loud. It's really hard.
So how did it
I
go
eventually
off?
recovered my voice and knew all my lines and had an amazing time working with Connor, who I then, of course, ran into many years ago.
Yeah.
After, and it was an amazing journey that he's had. That whole
Were you on Dead Eyes?
Dead Eyes. Yes, I was the one that I think enabled the reach
Tom.
out. To the
Really?
Tom Hanks
You
of it
did
all.
that?
I mean, I didn't do it alone, but I was
Sure.
like,
it takes a village, obviously.
It takes a village of Hanks.
It takes many.
Can't spell thanks without Hanks.
That's right. You guys, I've never seen Ordinary People. You and Connor should do the Scott Hasn't Seen episode about it.
Okay.
Because is it based on that movie?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think it was a. Speaking of Confess Fletch, I think it was a novel, then a play, then a movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Famously directed by Robert Redford. Famously, I think won the Academy Award.
I believe it did. Yes, I know.
Over like a maybe a Godfather, Raging Bull, some
No,
big
it
thing.
couldn't. I think it must have been like 1980 or something
Maybe
like
it
that,
was.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Raging Bull. Yeah, because that was
I feel like
1980.
it was kind of an underdog, and it beat a movie that is in the canon.
Don't tell me too much about it because this is part of the show. But I'd love to get both of you on. this.
Connor plays a boxer, and he is like, "Did you fuck my wife? Did you fuck my wife?
Oh, you did fuck my wife?
I know you did.
Oh, great.
And at the end, he gets really heavy, and then sells all of his jewels. I think that's what Raging Bull's about, right?
What do you think? I was thinking about Raging Bull the other day because you look at Brendan Fraser, right? And he's getting all this acclaim for putting on a fat suit. And it's like, and Robert De Niro must be sitting there going like, why the fuck did I gain all this weight?
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, fatsuit technology has really made the quantum leap.
Yeah, it really has.
It really feels like that.
From Raging Bull to the clumps to now this.
I mean, they had a pretty good handle on it on the clumps. I was buying it.
Isn't it though? Okay, everyone's like, okay, Bobby D, you did so great, you got fat. That's easy as far as I'm concerned. Like having a good body is the hard part.
I would think that.
Like they should give Oscars for people who like Paul Rudd and Ant-Man, It's like the one scene he takes off his shirt. It's like, okay. And the award winner
the
is.
Academy goes to good for you because that's a lot of crunches. I would think that you would want to start fat.
Yeah.
Then
Exactly.
reduce. But everyone seems to do it the other way.
I know. Why is that? By the way, for any role, I start fat and I never waver.
Stay right there. Sliding on into Keeping It Fat. Keeping It Fat with Scott Ackerman.
That's right. Oh, my new show. All right. Confess Fletch in theaters and also streaming this Friday. Make sure you check it out. We need to get to our next guest. I mentioned they're a diarist, and it is interesting because I think this is one of the more famous diarists in the world.
Now seeing
who it is. Yeah.
It's very clear.
Famous diarists are Anne Frank, obviously.
100%.
Number one with a bullet. And I mean, pardon the pun.
Yeah, really.
But
yikes.
and then this is number two, though, I think.
I can't think of another more famous diarist.
I'm trying to think of any other title. The Diary
of a Madman.
Ozzy Osbourne. Okay, he's number 2.
No, well, yeah, with a bullet,
Diary
with
of
a bat.
Yeah, with a bat.
A dead bat's head.
Snorting ants off the pavement.
None of that happened.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't know. But this is number 3, obviously, right underneath Anne
Top
Frank
3.
and Ozzy Osbourne. She's a famous diarist. Please welcome to the show, Bridget Jones.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. Hey, Bridget, this is John.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How you doing? Listen, you guys got it mad wrong. It's not a diarist. It's diarrhea.
It is diarrhea.
That is what you call me, okay? So just get it straight out the gate.
Wait, is everyone...
Which weirdly is how diarrhea comes, straight out the gate.
Straight out the gate.
Has everyone been mispronouncing the movie titles? Is it Bridget Jones' Diarrhea?
Bridget Jones's diarrhea.
Okay.
Wow.
See,
to be fair, I never saw any of the movies, nor did I read the diarrhea.
I saw that first one. I don't remember any of these scenes where Bridget Jones said, "Excuse me, I have to go."
But listen, they got it mad wrong. Like, Hollywood took that story, my diarrhea, from way back when, and they changed the shits a lot, so they messed it up.
Okay. That's right. Now, you and I met on tour.
We met on tour.
This is in Boston, is that right?
No, we were in New York.
You were in New York? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The City of Lights. The city
of-
that doesn't sleep.
The city with the trash everywhere.
The city's so nice, they named it twice.
They did. New York, that city, that's so nice they named it twice.
They named it twice.
New York.
New York. We met there, and we talked a little bit there about, what did we talk about?
Well, so basically, like 23 years ago or whatever, they bought me diary off me. The Hollywood people. No offense or whatever.
Oh, no,
Who is this?
taken.
Is this Weinstein?
I don't remember who it was, whatever. But
You'd remember if it was Weinstein.
Yeah, for sure.
And your plants would remember, I'll tell you that much.
Christ. Really set
So you
me
know
up
who
for
he is.
success today. Talking about Anne Frank and now this, right when I get on. It's
And Woody
awesome.
Allen, don't forget him. Should we talk about Michael Jackson while we're here?
I mean, it's right there.
So listen,
Yeah.
they be buying my diary off me for nothing, like 35 quid or something. Like
That low?
Nothing. I'm like, yeah, sure, take the
How much
shit.
is a quid?
I don't know.
Because I know you can get one for every quo.
Yeah. It sounds like it's $4 because of quad.
Quid.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the exchange rate is.
Well,
Regardless, it's relatively low.
it was super low.
Yeah.
It was like $4, like $4.35.
So less, yeah.
So it's like a quarter now.
like a quad.
Absolutely nothing.
Quart.
And I'd be like, okay, well, yeah, like, go ahead and take it. Then they go make this big movies with Zellweger's Renee's and Cullen and Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, I believe, is that.
Yeah. You don't really
Is it
hit
not
that,
hug?
You don't hit that first G.
Hugh Grant.
Famous lover of blowjobs, Hugh Grant.
Jesus Christ. So,
He's on record as loving him.
really? That's what he says. He's like, I love it. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
I believe that's his quote.
That sounds
The
like
proof's
that.
in the pudding. I mean, if I can bring it back to diarrhea, the proof's in the pudding.
Look, we all love blowjobs, probably.
Probably. You never had one. You don't know.
Bridget?
What? You want me to keep talking?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so they buy me diarrhea for me for literally nothing. Then they make this big movie. They make all this money. I'm like, what the shit? So I didn't get any of that.
So sorry.
I'm like, I'm going to go back to the drawing board, work on me diary, then sells it, make lots of money.
Yeah, because they bought the old diary.
Yeah,
they can.
diary by nature is every day, right?
Yeah, right, yeah. I'm like, so I'll work on me diary. And then now, 23 years later, I'm basically done with the shits. I'm ready to make a new movie.
Right.
Took me that long, but I got some entries. I got like 6 or 7 entries. Like,
Okay.
mad entries.
Are you? Will this be starring you? Will you actually get to star in your own story?
Well, this is what the thing is. Like, I'm like 55, like,
Yeah.
but I want to tell like a young story. So I'm fine with like a young hot bitch playing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, Bridget here, you're 55. You're kind of, I mean, like a butterface. And so, it's not like you have.
Don't get me started with this
Star
shit
potential.
again. Literally looking at you, I forget your face immediately. It's like, you know what you look like?
What's that?
You remind me of like a gyoza.
A gyoza? The dumpling?
Yeah, you're all like fried and like full of meat.
Interesting.
And like you're super not hot, like a cold one.
Interesting. Okay.
What?
What?
That's what you look like.
What's that?
So don't call me a butterface. Like, I'm not mad hot.
Is it? What do you call a butterface in England? Is it called something different?
Schmear.
Just a schmear. So you're like a schmear. So you want someone who's a little bit younger to star in the movie.
Yeah, like I want the movie to sell or whatever. I want to make mad mad money. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, put the fucking hot bitch in.
Right.
You
Like
know?
who
Like
who
today's Renee Zellweger.
Yeah, who would that be? I don't even know.
but- Well, so like I got an entry about it.
Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, probably.
Ashton
Okay, so
Kutcher.
you have an entry, though, you say.
Yeah, I have entry I can share with you because
Yeah,
I
I'd love
want
to- give us a
try and get
taste.
the
So
Yeah,
word
give a
out.
taste of what the story might be, and
Let
then we
me-
can maybe we can cast it.
Yeah, because Johnny here,
I know some people.
Yeah,
you can
got
do an
some
English accent, can't you?
connections.
Yeah, I certainly.
Wait, is that it?
I can certainly try to do one. Yeah, right.
That's mad good.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
That's mental. You sound exactly like me dad.
Oh, great. Bridge, let's read it.
That's mental. That's absolutely mental. Okay, let me read me diary entry, okay?
Okay, here we go. This is Bridget Jones. A recent diary entry or something from the past 23 years?
Recent. Like, I'm in LA, you know, like, I'm taking in the city, like, going to Target, going to, like, Home
All the
Depot,
places.
like,
All the LA
going to
spots.
All the
Yeah.
places right off Sunset.
I'm
next
going to
each other.
Yogurtland. I'm going to
Like
GameStop.
things you just saw.
I'm going to, what else was
What's that
there?
burrito place?
I'm going to
Netflix offices.
yeah. So, like, I'm taking in the city, you know what I mean? So here we go.
Okay.
Dear Diarist, it's me, Bridget Jones from Bridget Jones' Diarist. It was a typical Hollywood morning. Woke up to the sounds of people's assholes being bleached. Put on me stumpers and headed out for a bit of brekkie. Ordered myself a cup of jiggy jizz and a plate of squally squog. When all of a sudden, in walks famous Hollywood girl, Alison Williams. I knew this would be my moment, so I got him. So I told her all about me diary idea and insisted that she play me since I know that everybody wanted Tiggy her wiggy and Poppy her dop. But then out of nowhere, she'd be yelling at me to get away. Something about me asking too many questions about her nosh. But then it hit me. Clearly, she was intimidated by me and me diary and scared I was coming for all of her quid and quill. But then again, who wouldn't be? Love Bridge.
Okay.
Okay. A lot of potential there.
I mean, so this is going to be a movie about your character going up to Alison Williams and
No, you're
getting into a
listening.
fight? I think I was listening.
No, you're being like mid-century modern furniture right now. You're all pointy and you don't make sense.
Okay. All right. I accept that
Make
criticism.
no sense.
Right. But, I mean, that's one of the set pieces in the movie is a big...
No, listen, I'm
Yeah.
trying to approach her, have her play me. She's hot as shit, you know?
Sure,
She has
yeah.
a good singing voice.
Yeah, she played Peter Pan
Pan
pretty
famously.
famous.
Peter Pan, yeah, like, that's me.
Yeah.
Like, I look like Peter Pan. Like, she can mad nail me, you know what I mean?
But didn't you say that the movie was going to be based on these diary entries?
Just don't
So
think it too
Alison
hard.
Williams would then in this scene
Yeah.
as
playing you, and then who would be playing Alison Williams? Brian
Williams. I think she goes up to her dad and
You
has
guys
a
think
real
we can
altercation.
get him?
Can I put this wig on you?
I'd be honored to get Brian Williams. You think we can get him?
B-dubs?
Do you think he retired just for this, maybe?
He might. He would do it. He likes.
he would- he loves
nothing more than a challenge.
He loves a camera on him.
He would play young
too.
me. Alison would play old me.
Right,
We'd
yeah.
have this conversation and then literally go in circles. yeah.
I would love to see this,
I
actually.
think there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of potential
Yeah.
there.
Thank
It's
you.
a very meta. It's very everything all at once.
You're going to
everything
be
everywhere.
breaking the fourth wall, talking straight to camera.
No, like meta world peace.
Yeah, whatever's. You know, literally, like, I don't even care.
Maybe you could release it on Meta.
Yeah.
In the
In the
metaverse.
metaverse.
Well, yeah, like Mark Zuckerberg, like, you friends with him or whatever.
I don't know Zucks.
You've never met Zucks.
I've never met the Zucks.
You've never sucked the Zucks.
I've never sucked on Zucks, but I've met the Zuckers.
Oh, really? The Zaz?
Zaz.
Oh, okay.
I had a meeting with the Zaz.
Oh, really? I met one of them.
Didn't they go?
They went their
hard
separate
right?
ways. One of them did,
Yeah,
yes.
that's
The one
what I
I met did, yes.
Oh, fun.
Like drama or whatever. You're going to tell the secrets?
No. It's a well-told story at this point. But I'd love to hear more of your entries. Do you
Yeah, I
have more?
got more entries for you. You're like begging for them. You're like fucking horny for them. I'll give them to you, I guess.
Not horny for
You're literally like freaking out. You want them so bad. Okay. Dear Diarrhea, it's me, Bridget Jones from Bridget Jones' Diarrhea, which is going to be a script someday. It was a typical Hollywood afternoon. Walked down the street to the sounds of plastic surgeons breaking people's noses. Popped in a shop for a bit of lunch and ordered myself a massive slimy blimey topped with stinky snappies.
Wait, can I interject? What is that? I mean, I get that it's like in English.
A slimy blimey topped with stinky snappies.
Yeah, like what would we call it here in America?
It's pasta.
Oh, okay.
it's
It's
pasta.
pasta.
As a ravioli.
I see.
Oh, got
Topped
it.
with, like, meat and cheese.
Oh, got it.
I
Got
was
it.
thinking
Got it.
maybe it was a burger.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell exactly.
I guess
what
that's
it was.
like a.
Stinky snappies. No.
I guess not.
Like,
No, but not, you would never put stinky snappies on a burger.
Stinky
That's just-
snappies are literally like a bolognese. You know
Oh,
what I'm talking about?
got it. Is this like Cockney slang, or is it just what happens to be?
This is from my village.
Your village.
My village.
It takes a village.
It takes a
does.
village.
All right. Sorry to interrupt. Please continue.
No, like, it's fine or whatever. Like, I know you're horny for it. Like, I'll give it to you. Okay, where was I? Ordered myself a slimy, balmy, tough, and stumpy stinkies. When all of a sudden, in walks famous Hollywood person, Billy Ray Cyrus.
Whoa.
Wow.
I knew this was going to be my moment. So I tell him all about me diary movie and ask if he want to play me love interest. Because I know everyone wants to Humpty Dumpty his prickly pog. Then out of nowhere, he says he's going to throw me out on me cheeky donker. Something about all the pictures I drew on me iPad of him exposing his fruit basket to Miley. Then it hit me. Clearly, this man was intimidated by me and my diary and scared I was coming for all of his lockets filled with pictures of dead people in them.
Is that how he keeps his riches?
Then again, who wouldn't love Bridge?
Okay. Interesting.
What? What's that face?
So this whole movie is just you accosting like F-list celebrities? Is that
It's me making my movie. Like,
Okay.
Like, think about all
It's-
the movies about making movies.
like the recent Downton Abbey movie,
no, like, literally.
which is just insane. That they're making a movie, a talkie in Downton Abbey, and the butler starts writing the script.
I didn't know any of this. This is mad crazy.
Yeah, make sure you don't have too much crossover with that. But
Like,
yeah.
you know, like how everybody want to make the movie about what's happening right now in Venice with all them famous people.
With the Don't Worry Darling
Yeah.
cast with starring friend of the show, Nick Kroll,
Right.
and Harry Styles spitting on Chris
Oh,
Pinetree.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
So it's Pew.
I'm sorry, I think you do hit the hard G with
Yeah,
her.
Pug,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
Pug her.
I thought it was Puh.
It's actually Florence.
Puh.
Yeah, she should star in your movie. What about that?
Now that, there you go.
See, she's mad hot. I love that bitch. Like, absolutely be mad interested in her
Yeah.
playing me.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, like, can you get me in a meeting with her?
Yeah, I mean, you're the one who got Tom Hanks for
Yeah,
Dead Eyes.
I can make this happen tomorrow.
Like, you send her Instagram message, whatever, be like, what's
I'm sure
up?
she's probably coming here to do press for Don't Worry Darling.
Oh, I'm
she
sure
famously
she
does
wants
a
to
lot
do
of
a lot
press
of
for
press
Don't
for
Worry
it.
Darling.
More.
So absolutely, she'll be in town for the Emmys, walking the carpet.
She'll probably present at the Emmys
Yeah.
Probably present at the
tonight.
Emmys.
Absolutely.
If somebody loses, she'll probably come out and say, "Don't worry, darling, it'll be fine.
I'll accept this on your
I will
behalf."
accept this on your behalf."
Yeah.
Also, and then I'll just be like, "Flo,
Yeah,
Yes.
say, Miss Flo,
Miss
what's
Flo.
up?
it's John. I have got your next project. Don't worry, darling."
And then slap her like Will Smith did.
Just like a hearty slap.
Yeah. Wow, this
That's
is
the
a
way to
good plan.
do it. That's the way to do it. Like, because I know Scott can't be doing shits for me. Like,
What do you mean?
He's busy. He's a podcast emperor.
literally not doing nothing.
He has a podcast empire, and he's consistently speaking into microphones.
No,
It's
he's
not like I'm invited to the Emmys
You
anymore,
sit-
but
Not anymore. Not since
Yeah.
I
you
stopped
literally
going.
all day just sitting there like Forever 21 dressing room, like absolutely dirty and empty.
I don't know what you're talking about
Filthy.
right now.
Filthy.
Do they have Forever 21 out there in Britain?
They got it, yeah.
It's
everywhere.
in the metric system. That's what's
Oh,
like
yeah,
forever
yeah.
17 and a half.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't realize that was related
No,
to
It was the
inches.
numbers too.
Forever
Yeah, it's always
16.
in years.
It's what they wish the age you would be. They're like, they don't want you 21. They want you 16,
Now,
17.
I was wondering though, Bridget, very big news out of the Empire today. I don't know
Oh,
if you
yeah.
kept
Oh,
up with
yeah.
it.
We may be covering that on a future show.
oh,
We
really?
can certainly not talk about it if you don't want to.
Yeah, but are you gutted?
I'm mad gutted. Look, I can't believe it. Like she was so young. She was so young.
For a very old woman, she was
a
so
little
young.
baby.
She was a young 96.
I couldn't believe it when they said she was sick. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That's insane. That couldn't be true.
I'm so sorry. Here, let's take your mind off this. Let's read another entry. What do you say?
Oh, I know you're mad horny about it.
All right. I don't know that I'm horny.
Okay, here we go. Dear Diarrhea, it's me, Bridget Jones, from Bridget Jones' Diarrhea, the movie to be. It was a typical Hollywood night. Called me an Uber to the sounds of actors crying. Snuck a bevy and ordered myself a happy baby with decided chimichanga. When all of a sudden, in walks the famous Hollywood robot, Liam Michelle. I knew this was my moment. So I tell her that there's some outlets over there so she can charge herself to 100% and get back to not reading. When all of a sudden, in walks Ellen from Ellen. I ask her if she wants to play me mom in me diary movie since I know everyone wants to Dunkin' Donuts or guinea pigs. And then out of nowhere, she'd be saying she's gonna slice me noggy with a DVD of the Da Vinci Code because I looked at her in the eyeballs. But then it hit me. Clearly, this woman was intimidated by me and thinks that I'm coming for her Princess Diana beanie babies. Then again, who wouldn't? Love Bridge.
Okay.
What do you think?
There's a lot happening in that one.
Yeah, this is a double celeb
That was a big one.
Leah Michelle and Ellen.
Leah Michelle was like the misdirect.
Yeah.
And Ellen comes in and cleans up.
Yeah, see, Ellen, she knew Leah Michelle was there. They're friends.
Oh, they're friends.
They're
that makes
best
sense.
friends.
That makes sense.
I would think by this point that Leah Michelle would probably have a wireless charging, wouldn't you think?
No.
I would think so, yeah.
She's outlet. She's outlet.
She's
girl.
outlet only?
She's old school like that. She's like, plug me in.
Her ass is outlet only.
Boy,
Jesus
I want to
Christ.
confirm that.
But now I have to delete a lot of this pod, huh?
I thought that she was in New York doing Funny Girl.
No, she come to LA. Like she can.
Oh,
be
she's commuting.
There's more than one of her. So one of her's in New York right now.
Of course,
got
mass
it.
produced.
Obviously, she's got multiple, and
That
then
makes
none of them
sense.
can read one little
A single
word.
sentence. So did she learn that part phonetically?
What?
The Funny Girl part?
She just
Yeah,
has to be
she
funny.
did. She
Girl.
just
all of her Glee lines as well? Did someone have to, she just learned them
she
like as
listened on
syllables?
podcast. Like
Oh, someone had to
Were
make
you a member of the
podcast.
Glee line in high school?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glee Club. Yeah,
you wish
definitely.
you were in Glee.
No,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I didn't. We didn't have a Glee club.
You didn't really?
No.
Well,
we
you know.
had chorus, but there was not really. There was no Glee involved.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're all
was
very
Glum.
sad. Were you a member of the Glum Club? Well, Bridget, this is, I don't know if any of this makes a good movie, but.
Wait, no, like
I'm thinking.
it's hitting
Here's
me.
what I'm thinking. I'm thinking 7 episodes right to streaming, and keep it as
Yeah.
almost a reality show.
Yes.
Because I want to see these interactions between these let's
These
call them
real
marginally
celebs.
famous people.
Yeah.
Well,
and Bridget Jones, and I want to see how they interact.
Yeah.
Oh, up and down Sunset Boulevard.
I feel like I'm open to it. Like, if you can get me mad meetings, like, I'm down for whatever. Like, I don't want to be stuck here looking like Scott, you know? I don't want to be like a plate empty Tupperware, like
Right.
all stinky and stained like Scott. Like, that
My
might,
career's not that bad. I mean, sure.
like
Was
anything.
my movie one of the last ones to come out before the pandemic and it totally stalled my career? Sure.
All she's saying, I think, is that you could have put on a clean shirt.
Yeah, like, you're all
okay,
covered
yeah.
in stains and stuff. It's like, did you eat like a stinky stumpy before this?
Pasta, you mean?
Like, you're covered in little. Wait, I gotta write me another entry.
You're writing one right now?
I'm writing one right now. You're inspiring me, Scott.
Okay, all right.
I'm like, oh gosh, it's just coming out of me. It's pouring out of me. You want me to read it?
Oh, yeah, while you're writing it?
Read as you write, please.
Yeah, please.
Dear Diarrhea, it's me, Bridget Jones from Comedy Bang Bang. It was,
Know that you can say that you're from
Well,
comedy.
she's here.
Yes,
She's here right now, so it
I was on
makes sense.
one episode of the Jimmy Kimmel Show. I wouldn't say Scott Ackerman from the Jimmy Kimmel Show.
I wouldn't correct you.
from my podcast, Comedy Bang Bang. It was a typical earwolf afternoon. Drank myself a massive bottle of water and then wrote me name on the table with a drying Sharpie. When all of a sudden, in walk a not famous tiny angry baby man, Scott Ackerman.
Hey.
I knew this was going to be my moment. So I called me manager to tell him that if I die here today because Scott kills me, to give me ashes to Tom Cruise so he can spread them over the mountains in his tiny plane. But then it hit me. Clearly, Scott Ackerman was intimidated by me and thinks I'm coming for his hentai.
Hey, now this hentai thing,
Bridge.
I don't know how this got started.
What are you talking about? Literally,
I don't know
like,
how this rumor got started that I'm into hentai.
you love hentai.
I don't know.
I saw all your likes on Twitter, like every single like, hentai, 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 hentai.
And then once, sure, I accidentally just tweeted hentai gifs because I was searching for it. And I tweeted it
you
instead.
did paste.
Exactly. Hey, like
But
you're
come
mad
on.
obsessed. What?
I don't know, Bridget. I'm not. I don't think this would make a good movie. Is my main. Yes, I'm personally insulted by that last entry, but I just don't know
Like,
that this. Is a
are
good
you
movie.
not entertained? Like, aren't you mad horny for like every entry?
I
Like,
guess, but John, are you want to be attached to this movie?
I don't want to be attached to it at all.
Why
I
not?
don't want to
Like-
be in the same room with it, really. But I would say that there is a place on like not Peacock, but like Peacock minus.
Yes.
Like, I see so, like
Not
something like that.
See so if you see so thing, say so thing.
Yeah. Like negative Paramount.
Yeah, Pegative.
Pegative. Did you ever,
Paramount minus.
in Mad Men, did you ever call Peg Pegative?
Pegative.
Accidentally. Hey, Pegative.
Yeah, that's what the money is for. You're being pegative.
You guys ever been pegged?
Not yet.
I don't know
Not
that
yet.
we need to discuss
Why
whether
not?
or not I have.
Lately, you want to talk about all this other mad, crazy shit, but you don't want to talk about being pegged. You're like, let me talk about Anne Frank.
Is that what you're into?
No.
Don't want to talk about it. Suddenly with the shoes on the other foot.
Awfully silent there.
No, like, what? No.
See, this is the diary entry I want to read, is about your
Yeah.
sexual exploits.
Lately, like, I get horny from the Queen, and like, she fucking died today.
I'm sorry, you're never going to be horny again.
I'm never going to be horny again.
I'm so sorry. Look, we have to take a break, Bridget, if that's okay.
It's fine. Like,
Can you stick around, though?
I guess. Like, you're mad begging me, but it's like, okay, I'll stay.
Please
whatever.
mourn while you're here. It would be better for you to mourn the Queen while, in the company of people who can help you
What, you
emotionally.
want to hug me or something?
I don't want to hug you, but I
You're
feel
like, please, let me touch you. I'm like, I'm good. Like, the table distance is safe.
I like to keep a table distance from all of my guests.
That's
John,
fair.
you're getting a little close, by
That's
the way.
fair. That's fair.
We have to take a break, but when we come back, we have a travel guide. You've traveled. I mean, you've been in
Yeah,
three
I
places,
came to-
Britain, New York, and this place.
I came from my village here.
Right, yeah.
So travel.
Okay, so this will be interesting. When we come back, we'll have more Bridget Jones, more Jon Hamm, and a travel guide. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang after this. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back. Jon Hamm of Confess Fletch is here with us, and the movie Confess Fletch is in theaters and streaming on Friday, and
16th.
and then next month
September.
it goes to like Showtime and
It re-platforms and de-platformed and pre-platforms and 3 platforms.
Oh my God, this is exciting.
All platforms.
how many Oscars is it going to be nominated for, and then how many does it actually get? Do you think?
It depends. Like, I think at a certain point we have to say, like, stop.
Yeah, like
Because it just
during
gets-
the nomination
Yeah,
ceremony,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
'cause you're
hey
like-
guys, we're pulling the movie.
It's like 6 a.m. and Cedric the Entertainer is reading this and he keeps reading the name and you're
Confess
like,
Fletch, Confess
"Ced,
Fletch. Come
Ced,
on, hey, Ced,
Ced,
stop.
Thank you. Enough.
28 nominations is enough.
It's embarrassing to Titanic.
Yes,
Really.
exactly.
So at a certain point we will just say thank you very much as you would to an august institution like the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, AMPAS.
Oh yes,
Oscars.org /vote.
spoken like someone who is a member.
Maybe.
What did you get? Why are you a member? Because you've been in a couple movies. Is that what it is?
I will say this.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I have no idea. I was as surprised as you to actually get that in the mail.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me of like why they invite some people and they don't invite other people. But I
does
like
not.
it. I like
I
that
mean-
you're a member because I like people. I like you voting for things.
Yes, I have wonderful taste.
Yes, I voted for quite a few Emmys. I voted, of course, for our good friend Adam Scott.
Yes,
and
as did I.
hope he wins. And voted for Chippendale, and that won. So
Hey,
yeah. So
right
there you
on.
go.
Did
So,
you vote for my commercial? What was nominated for best?
the Flow commercials?
No, the Apple commercial.
Why are you making so many commercials?
I have bills to pay, Scott. So
what are these bills?
How dare you?
What's going on here?
I would like to leave it alone.
All right.
Never mind how I spend my money.
Okay. All right.
Or don't.
All right. And Bridget Jones is here, obviously.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. What's up?
It's
indeed?
in there like a pair of J. Crew jeans. Fit.
What? I'm fit?
No, you don't fit well.
I don't fit. I'm
You're
not
not
fit.
worth it. You know what I
okay.
mean? Not worth the cost.
Got it. Well, we have to get to our next guest. He's a travel guide. This is exciting because I did a little bit of traveling during the summer. Did you go anywhere, John?
I was in Italy and France.
I was in Italy too.
Hey,
I wonder if
what
we were
part?
there at the same time. All
We're on the
over.
boot.
I was
the shin?
Just really on the shin, really.
Oh.
That famous boot kicking that rock. I was all over. I was Rome. I was Amalfi. Everywhere in between.
I was in Naples. And
yeah, I was in Naples too.
adjacent.
Naples kind of, I don't know.
Well,
Good pizza.
Good pizza though. I'll tell you that.
you're gonna have to cut that from the podcast. Like, that was mad offensive.
To who? To
To
people?
not like Naples. It's like mental.
Okay. Have you been to Naples?
No, but like, I protect it with my life.
Even the Italians who were there were like, Naples is.
Yeah, maybe not so much.
Well, I do need some travel tips because I want to take a few more
I'd like to go
vacations
back
before
to
I
Italy.
die.
I'd
love to go to.
explore more of the boot. Maybe the heel.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the instep.
Totally, yeah. Maybe
Maybe the top part where you pull
the
it on.
hole.
Yeah, the hole in the top.
If you're lucky, there's only one hole in every shoe you have.
So true.
Yeah, fucking
So
Unless
true.
it's a
sick.
crock,
That's
I
the
guess?
dirtiest thing I've ever heard. Like, it's nasty.
Bridget, shut the fuck up. All right, let me get to our next guest. He's a travel guide. Please welcome Steve Spinx.
Hello, Scott. It's wonderful to be here in
Hey,
beautiful
Steve.
Los Angeles, California.
Yes, welcome to Los Angeles. Are you not from here?
I'm not from here. I'm from Bellingham, Washington.
Oh, Bellingham,
beautiful
Washington.
place up in the Pacific Northwest.
That's by Seattle, is it not?
It is. It's closer to the Canadian border. A
okay.
beautiful place to visit.
Home of the University of Washington, I believe.
False. Home of Western Washington University.
That's exactly what I meant. WWU.
This, by the way, this man who errantly said what school it was. This is Jon Hamm.
Hello, Jon Hamm.
How do you
Wonderful
do?
to see you in beautiful Los Angeles, California.
And we established you are not from here.
no, I'm from
Visiting?
Bellingham, Washington. I'm visiting. Yes.
Home of Western Washington
That's
University. I believe.
correct. Yes, correct.
And this is Bridget Jones.
Hello,
What?
Bridget Jones. It's wonderful to see you.
Lily,
in
what's
beautiful Los
up?
Angeles, California.
Awesome to meet you. Excited to go exploring Los Angeles with you.
Yes, we'll have to get together and see the sights and sounds.
Maybe
of
we
Los
could go
Angeles.
to like a Subway or like something cool.
Sure, a wonderful local eatery like Subway sandwiches. I can't wait to explore.
So you're a travel guide. What does that mean, especially in today's economy?
Well,
what does that
I've
mean?
written several guidebooks on
so
different
you're an
places
author.
to see, and I have a popular video series guiding people through many popular travel destinations. You see, I have a simple life philosophy that travel has really changed my life, and I believe in two things. One, I believe that every person should have their mind expanded by traveling abroad, and two, I believe murder should be legal. So if I could give you some tips about
Well,
where to visit.
I would like to maybe revisit two.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
hold up,
That
because you
seems
said
like-
two things, and one
sounds great.
Sounds great to me.
One, I think, is
And
what
the
I'd
other
love
was
to
about
focus on.
travel.
Right. Good. So you understand. Very few people understand.
No, what is this? What you say? Murder should
Should be legal.
legal.
Now, is this something that your travels have led you to believe?
Well, this is very separate from my travel work. This is just something I work on passionately in my spare time. But it's funny you say I was inspired to have this viewpoint on the very first international trip I ever took to the beautiful Amalfi Coast. There I was on the beach in Positano, a young boy looking at crabs and other sea creatures and tearing them limb from limb. And I looked out in the water and I saw two beautiful men in a rowboat, and one of them killed the other one as I watched. And I thought, my God, the magic of travel. Here is a man living life. And then as he rowed back to shore, I said, I'll keep his secret and I'll become a travel writer.
Isn't this the plot to
Tell it to Mr. Ripley, I believe. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not familiar. I haven't seen
okay.
it. No.
That's because it seems awfully.
Seems a lot like
awfully
it.
similar.
Two beautiful men. Though.
All I know is I saw two gorgeous hunks fighting in a rowboat, and it inspired my point of view.
Are you attracted to men? Is that?
I actually have no sexual feelings toward anyone whatsoever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I consider myself a member of the asexual community.
Oh, okay, wonderful. But you on a just purely a.
I'm attracted to anything that bleeds blood. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, like mad. That's awesome.
Bridget gets it. So anyway, I'd love to give you some travel tips as we move into the
Yeah,
fall.
I'd love to. It sounds
Sure, I
like
guess
it's going to
so.
be illuminating.
Well, it's obviously you guys have explored Italy, and I'd be remiss if I didn't recommend the Eternal City, Rome herself. A beautiful place to visit to soak up the sights and sounds of culture of the ancient Roman world. I mean, the entire city is built on the bones of the dead. You could practically hear their wails as you wander their cobblestone streets.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's an awful lot to recommend. I have been to Rome. It's beautiful. The
please.
Eternal City, they call it. Because
That's right.
It's
All roads lead there.
All roads lead
That's
there.
right.
There's 7 hills. There's some wonderful food and beautiful things to see in the art world. The Vatican is there.
Of course.
Vatican is
So
beautiful.
maybe like any of those. Have you been to see any of the sites?
Why are
of
you
Rome?
concentrating on
It
the
feels
the
a
bones
little-
of the dead?
Yeah, it feels.
I don't know that I was concentrating on it. I mean, it's never far from my thoughts, but I try to push those away so I can soak up the culture in the beautiful Campo di Fiori at their outdoor market.
Yeah, when you say the bones of the dead, who are you talking about? You just people who have died there?
I'm talking about a couple people that I know who have died there for sure.
A couple people you know.
Specific people.
Yes.
Who are we talking about here? Like
My cameramen. A couple of my cameramen have
Couple of
died.
your cameramen
A couple of my
died in
cameramen
Rome?
have passed away.
What happened?
Through murder.
through murder.
Through murder.
And did you any leads on the suspect?
Well, I
of
didn't
who
need to
might have-
investigate. I murdered.
Oh,
so
I murdered.
you murdered.
I murdered.
Now, was
You
there a reason?
There doesn't need to be a reason for people to commit murder,
All right,
John.
I feel like I'm getting your sense of why you feel murder should be legal.
Well, look, there's no sense in controlling and regulating any of humanity's simple vices. I'm talking, of course, about sex, drugs, and murder. The three things that all human beings want at all times.
I don't know.
Hell yeah, like I totally agree. Like get mad pegged and like eat your stinky stompers and like, live your life, like murder somebody. Like hell yeah.
know.
Well, I feel like all those three things are very highly regulated and with good reason.
Well,
That's right.
I'd like to live in a world where none of them are regulated.
So, what about manslaughter? Should that be regulated?
Manslaughter, please, God, keep the manslaughterers at bay. I have no patience for the manslaughters, people driving their cars recklessly or throwing people off.
Because these
boats.
are accidents.
Those are simply accidents.
Those are simply accidents.
And
That
people
needs
should be more careful.
They should be, prosecuted with the full
Full
extent of the law.
extent.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. Yes.
But murder is just a simple human urge. Is that what you're
I
trying
think
to
it's a
say?
simple human urge, and I think everyone should get at least one. I've had a few, but everyone should get one. You know?
When you say at least one, though, are you saying after the first you should be prosecuted, or
No.
What a beautiful singing voice.
Oh,
I'm
thank
mad
you.
good.
Yeah, sorry, I'm warming up my pipes.
do you sing like maybe Jeremy Piven? Would you mind?
Sing
Jeremy
Piven like that?
Yeah.
I could sing like that. Yes,
Okay,
of
yeah,
course.
great.
But it would be nothing compared to the beautiful songs you might hear wandering the streets of Rome.
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course, and Bridget's here. Bridget hails from one of the most incredible capitals of the world, London, England.
My village.
That's right. Your village.
Just
in
across the
London,
pond, as
Just
they say.
across the pond. A beautiful place for people to visit where you can see such wonderful sights as the Great Trafalgar Square or Buckingham Palace. Or, of course, you could walk the very alleys that Jack the Ripper walked as he tore prostitutes limb from limb in a practice that I consider to be quite fun. And
Now, interesting, no one's ever successfully identified or found the person known as Jack the Ripper. Do you have any insight on that?
Well, I think it speaks to a simpler time when people didn't want to look too hard at someone who was murdering other people, and maybe we could take a little lesson from those times and not investigate why cameramen keep going missing at different shoots throughout Europe and other regions abroad.
Did you murder some cameramen in England?
Yes, I
Is that-
did. Yes,
Okay.
Scott. I don't.
Yeah,
This
okay.
isn't. I want to focus on recommending a trip for you.
I'm
Okay,
really,
I don't want
curious as to how you keep getting these cameramen to sign on to these very dangerous jobs.
I wouldn't work for you after the first incident, I think.
Well, that's why I go to college students. I mean, it's a lot of USC film students.
Got it.
Yeah, get them young, you know what I'm talking about.
The NYU kids don't know no better. You know what I mean? So, so I've had a couple of 16-year-olds. They were two 16-year-old camera people who were...
You love 16-year-olds.
32-year-old.
Yeah, that makes one 32-year-old cameraman, and that's all you need to make a shoot, really.
Yeah. Huh.
And I think it's fine to, if you have a personal connection with someone, like someone's in your employ, and
That's a personal connection?
Yeah, I consider that
Seems more of a
Like,
business
I'm
connection.
Yeah.
mad close with my boss and all that.
Yeah, famously so, yes.
Yeah, right. Like you have sex with them and stuff. So.
Well, I wasn't having sex with any. I want to be clear about that, okay?
You're an asexual murderer.
I'm an asexual
You just
murderer.
So this
Killed them.
murder is not motivated from a sexual kind of
No, God, no.
Although, do you feel
Lust to
powerful
kill.
and
Yes, I feel akin to God in that moment when my eyes go jet black and my hands wrap around the tight neck of a 16-year-old cameraman.
Well,
yes.
so you like a strangler? Like that's how you kill most of the time?
I don't discriminate against any way you want to kill. If it be it strangling or drowning someone in the River Thames, a beautiful river all throughout London, where you can see it from the eye of London if you ride that beautiful Ferris wheel.
Literally all the places you're mentioning, I'm like, I don't know that one. I don't know that
Interesting.
one.
You've never
I'm
been to
learning
those
like
places?
mad stuff right
Yeah.
now.
What about that
Well,
big
I'm glad I'm
Ferris
here.
wheel?
I knew where the Queen was. That's about it.
Where was she?
She's in the palace, in my village.
I gotta say, Steve, it seems like you're way more interested in murder
than
people.
travel.
I feel like you guys have forced me to this conversation.
Oh
Tom.
no, you offered it up
That was
very quickly.
It was the second.
I
thing you
really,
said.
I'd love to roll back the tape because I don't know that is the case.
Oh, I certainly don't want to anger you. But
Be careful.
I mean, we're not your cameraman.
not at all.
Well, look, I don't
nor
want.
are we in your employ. Let's
Fair
just make
enough.
that very clear.
I don't want anyone to be afraid.
Although I guess Scott, you probably are paying him to be here.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
it. So what a
that-
personal connection you and I have.
You don't
Oh
pay
no,
shit.
I'm not going to pay you.
Oh, okay.
It's a freebie.
Well, wonderful.
It's a freebie.
Of course, you're getting wonderful travel tips from me. Why would you?
I'm getting paid in travel tips.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, of course. No, look, I don't want to murder anyone necessarily. I believe murders should be rare, safe, and legal. That's all I feel about it, okay? It's just an option that people should have. If you want to murder, go for it.
So what are the parameters then? If you want it to be so rare, I mean, how many do you get a year?
You've got quite a few under your belt.
Well, I'm an experienced murderer. I like to regularly check in with my own bloodlust to make sure that it's at a reasonable level.
Where are we at right now?
Right now?
Yes.
High.
Really?
Oh, awesome.
Right now it's high.
That's so freaking fun.
Yeah. Well,
Your eyes are like all black and shit.
I can feel the blackness entering my pupils.
Your hands are just tightening up.
Certainly, yes. I'm beginning to
Also
disassociate.
very, very sweaty.
Oh, that's never not the case. It's
Oh, okay. So we shouldn't
always
read
a bit of sweat
anything
going
into that.
on.
Okay.
Well, I'm
Good to know.
I'm so excited about the possibility of travel.
Got
that
worked
I
into a
can-
lather.
Oh, yes. I like to lather my body in my own sweat. Yes, it's a
Yeah.
way to cool my temperature, which I find as my core temperature rises, I am closer to the act of murder itself, to becoming God and killing again.
I'm rethinking sitting on this side of the table. I sort
know,
of wish we
yeah.
were closer to the
Oh.
door.
Well, although I do like how far away he is. He
Yeah,
has
we
a
do have the
length
table
away,
between us.
because he's a little closer to Bridget at this
Like,
point.
I'm not like worried at all. I'm
No,
like,
you
really, like,
are representing very calm.
but yeah,
You're like
I'm
almost man-spreading right now. Like you're
like,
so
I'm
calm.
spreading my legs like
Extremely
wide as
wide.
hell, like doing the splits, just sitting in this freaking seat.
Why are you so calm, Bridget? Do you have no fear of death?
I'm just like, if I'm gonna die, like go right ahead, like
It's already preordained.
But the
God
pros-
has already
so
decided
like-
when we're going to die.
I'll go see the Queen. You know what I mean?
Prospect of death it seems to be making you a little horny.
Well, I'm like mad horny for death if I really think about it.
Really?
Maybe that's something you both have in common.
Well, that's, again, asexual. That's something that I believe you should be allowed to explore. If you're feeling horny about death, why not explore it?
Well, it's just cool to watch like people's like life drain from behind their eyes,
I
you
couldn't
know?
agree
Bridget
more.
Jones.
Well, it's like when I come on this podcast, I watch people sitting here like they're like their eyes shutting down.
I noticed that as well, yes.
I never realized watching your first two movies that you were so into like murdering people. Like,
Right, well, yeah.
I think maybe just watching them be murdered.
But
Maybe I don't know if she wants to get her hands dirty.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
I do know this would make a hell of a diary entry.
that's true.
oh god damn, like too bad I'm like doing the splits right now. I can't reach me pen. I'm literally thinking about like when I told you how 23 years ago they changed all the diaries and they made the movie all messed up with Nell Wiggers Renee. Like actually there was murders. Like
There were murders
there
in
was
your original diaries?
Mad murder.
Really?
Mad murder.
Now, that's a movie I would have liked to see, to get the sights and sounds of London, England, and also the sights and sound of blood pouring down Renee Zellweger's arms as she strangles Hugh Grant to death.
Well, Hug had a
Blood
problem
pours
with
out
it.
when you strangle someone?
If you do it right, I guess.
If you do a strangulation motion and also bring your thumbs up into their eye sockets
Oh
to
my
puncture as
God.
deep as you possibly can.
That's-
Hell
that's
yeah, hell yeah.
alarmingly specific.
Now, Scott, as a lover of hentai, perhaps you would be interested in going to
I don't
the
love hentai.
land of the rising sun.
Barely know
Japan.
what it is.
You could-
Oh, really?
You could plan a beautiful trip to the nation of Japan. You could start in Osaka by the sea and enjoy their delicious street food, move to Kyoto and see the old shrines on top of the hill, and then go to the bustling urban metropolis of Tokyo itself, where there's filled with so many people that who would notice if just one went missing?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
A
again,
cameraman? Is that what?
I was going to say.
It doesn't have to be a cameraman. It could be anyone. It could be a street vendor. It could be
Hentai artist?
It could be a hentai artist after they've given you what you wanted. It could be
Do they
anything.
have street hentai artists?
I don't know.
Yes, yes,
I bet they do. I bet Scott knows exactly where they're located. He's like going to do his little caricature tour. Please join me with octopus legs. Oh, please. I want to know.
Can you? That would be something fun to see. A little hentai caricature.
Yeah, that's right. Hey,
Hey,
Yeah.
So you're into hentai?
Yeah,
Okay.
draw me with a big
Sweet
forehead and a tentacle penis.
tweet at Scott Ackerman with the hentai pictures.
And tweet at Steve Spinx as well. I'd like to get my hands on some of them.
Oh, yeah. What is your handle?
Huh?
Our first of the show. We did it.
It's at Steve Loves Travel / Murder is Fine.
Okay, and the slash is written out? Is that,
Yes, yes.
And then there's a knife emoji? Is that? I'm looking you up right
Slash
now.
murders.
Yes,
Yes.
couple of knife emojis,
Yeah.
and that's just something I advocate for.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
What don't you know?
Yeah, what don't you get?
I confess, Fletch, that I sometimes when I'm doing the show, I feel the need to alert the authorities about one of our
That's
guests.
what it feels like. We're getting dangerously close
I'm
to.
not legally bound to it like a psychiatrist or anything.
But I feel like at some point we become aiding and or abetting and or
True.
And this is a
accessories to
classically
this.
backwards mindset that is really, that's an ancient way of thinking. Okay, I want to bring us into the 21st century where we think of murder not as just the brutal ending of a life, but as the fun ending of a life.
I see.
And
It's also the beginning into whatever the afterlife
that's
is.
right.
So.
Think of that.
It's a
Think
gateway,
of the
a portal.
favor I've done for all those young cameramen as I've ushered them across that bridge into another realm.
Like, why don't you be killing the sound guy?
Sound guy's great.
I mean, we have our producer Devin is over here. He's recording all this. Maybe you could
I've
kill
got
him.
no complaints about Devin sounding great. But
Now, I don't want to, maybe you don't want to state the obvious, but there is a camera running on this
Oh
that
my
Devin
God.
is
Oh,
controlling.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not recording.
I'm not recording.
Yeah,
sorry.
right. Scott's been recording
not my
this the
camera.
whole
I've never even
time.
seen
and
this.
that's
I knew
and
it.
that's been pointed at me the whole time.
Pretty much. It's a
I don't
pretty
even know if
wide
it's
angle.
pointed at you necessarily as maybe getting all of
Because
us.
it seems like it's been sort of mismanaged the entire time in terms of I don't know that the frame has been correct, which when I get in the goddamn edit room, it's going to be a goddamn nightmare, Devin, when I look at this fucking footage. Are you fucking kidding me?
Maybe Devin should probably take a
Maybe Devin should take a
vacation.
vacation. Maybe Devin should take
Maybe
a
Devin
permanent
should
vacation
excuse
to
himself.
the other side of the world, to deep underneath the world. Oh, Devin's trying to walk out of the
Hiding
goddamn
under the
studio. He
table.
thinks that'll save him. He thinks I don't know where his car is in the Earwolf parking lot. He thinks I don't know how to crawl under the chassis of a car and ride it all the way home to jump out of his parking garage when he least expects it. Yes, of course I do. I learned how to do it in Mumbai, India, when I was riding in some of their exciting vehicles in the bustling traffic of Mumbai, India.
Wow, I can't wait to travel. Like, literally everything you're saying, I'm like, I gotta get on a plane.
Exactly. See, maybe if your mind was broadened by a travel experience, you would understand that human life is cheap and nothing we do matters.
Well, I did like the fact that actually talking about travel seemed to calm you down.
It
a little
did,
bit.
it did.
Yeah, you were
getting kind of
very close to the edge.
real far out over the
Yes.
skis there.
It's
And,
one of the
speaking of skis. Have
Go
you ever
on.
been on a ski vacation?
Yes, of course. Beautiful Aspen, Colorado. It's not an
Lovely.
international destination, but you'll feel like you're in the Alps when
It
you're
makes you
riding.
kind of
those
breathe
slopes.
nice and easy.
Yes, the high mountain
Beautiful
air.
altitude.
That thin air.
The thin air and the wonderful snow under which anything can be buried. Anything at all can be buried and not found for months and months and months.
The cold temperature does preserve the bodies, though.
That's
that might
true.
Be
That's
I
tricky
want them to
just
be preserved.
Oh, dear.
Oh god. Oh god.
There's nothing wrong with the preservation of a beautiful, beautiful murder.
Oh jeez. Look, John, I think I gotta call the cops.
I would say yes. I think maybe we should. Can we just text the
Yeah,
the
can you
authorities?
text 911?
Listen, I'm gonna take care of this. I'm gonna text the powers.
You're
in my
texting the
village.
Queen?
I'm texting the Queen. She's not
Buckingham
getting back
Palace?
to me.
She just died, remember?
Oh God!
No,
I totally
that was our only way out.
I totally forgot.
And was there a cause of death reported on the Queen?
No, this can't be you.
Impossible.
I didn't say anything at all.
She's an older woman.
I in fact feel like maybe we might be talking to someone who might be directly responsible next week. So,
I can't wait to listen.
She wasn't old. She wasn't old. She was so young.
Older.
yeah. Well, look, Steve, I don't pay any attention to me. What I'm
Okay,
doing with my phone
I
right
won't.
now.
But I
Yeah.
noticed Devin picked up an old landline in the next room, and Devin, you put
Wow.
that fucking landline
It's
down.
like one
I
of
swear
those
to Christ.
phones where
I swear
the
to God, you put that
numbers
down,
go
or I'll
in
kill you right now.
circles.
I'll kill you right now. That's it. I've declared my intentions over the airwaves.
It's taking him so long
kill
to
you.
dial. He's like one all the
Is that
way
a
around.
rotary
Two all the way around. The
He'll
circle.
get there. He'll get there. Look,
No one will miss you, David.
We are running out of time. We only have time for one final
Devin's
feature on
running
the
out of
show. Oh my God! And that's a little something called plugs.
I wanna plug you. I wanna plug you. I wanna plug you. I really wanna
Hey, that was "I Want to Plug You" by John Kirby. Thanks to John Kirby.
Weirdly on brand for our guest.
I love it. What do we want to plug, John? Obviously, Confess Fletch
Confess Fletch in theaters and streaming
this Friday.
Friday the 16th.
Yeah.
Lucky 16.
Lucky 9/16.
9/16, the luckiest
That's
of
right.
teens.
5 days
Sweet
after 9/11.
16.
That's how we can always remember it.
That's exactly right.
And what else is in the hopper for you? I mean, obviously Top Gun. You think they'll make another one of these Top Gun? Can they bring you back for a new Top Gun? Like you're the guy who was like proven wrong in this one. You know what I mean?
I mean, that just gives me another opportunity to be proven right.
That's right. So maybe now you're on his side and you're like, I got to tell you, to
I'm like,
whoever the
guys,
antagonist
the whole
is.
thing, I was like, I
time,
get it.
I
feel
see
it.
where you're coming
I know where
from.
you're. I know exactly where you're. Ego checks body cash. I know it.
You know, he's a 60-year-old whatever.
Let me
Obviously,
just tell you,
but
I learned my lesson. Maybe you can too.
yes.
Admiral Ed Harris.
Oh yeah, he should come. But he was only in the first scene. A lot of spoilers for Top Gun Maverick. What else is going on? Anything coming out down the line? Do we
Nothing
know?
down the line other than hopefully Mr. Slattery's film.
Oh, yeah.
Maggie Moore. I think will be hitting the festival circuit.
Can't wait to see that.
And that's about the size of it.
All right, fantastic. But I cannot wait to see Confess Fletch. That'll be this
Thank
Friday.
you very much.
Bridget.
There is no
Yes.
hentai. in
No.
it.
Oh, okay. Forget it.
He's not going to see it then.
I just wanted to
Okay.
make you aware.
All right,
I didn't
yeah.
want you to be super disappointed.
I'm a little disappointed.
But I
His
loved
eyes-
the hentai in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, that was really good. Weird scene.
Weirdly, there was some hentai in Mad Men.
Oh, really?
No
There
way.
was
I don't remember.
Yes, there was.
And when?
Scott's going
At
to go
the end,
back.
Robert Morse's office.
Robert Morse's office. There was
Oh.
some tentacle
Oh,
excitement.
okay.
Time
I thought
for
you
you
were
to
saying the
go
very
back.
last scene.
The last thing. Just
last
me.
They slid it in the Coke commercial. Bridget, what do you want to plug here?
Listen, I'm going to promote my own podcast that I listen to. I listen to This Book Changed My Life on CBB Presents. And I listen to Going Deep on Stitcher Premium,
Yeah, when's the new season of that come out?
September 12th.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Has that date already happened?
Well, let's see. That's one day after 9/11.
Yeah, it's
no, that's today.
It's today.
It's today.
coming out
Perfect
today.
timing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so exciting. And then of course you gotta follow this mad hot bitch. She's so fucking hot on Instagram and Twitter at LILYYILY.
LEY.
That sounds like an English food. Oh, Lily Willy.
No, I'm not talking about me stinky binkies and me donkey bonkies. I'm talking about
I can't be the only one getting hungry.
Steve, what do you want to plug?
Well, I'd like to plug, of course, the concept of international travel.
Sure.
Please, if I could recommend anything to your listeners, it's to travel abroad, preferably to a place where the authorities are lax and they're not looking too closely at where things might be dumped.
Perhaps there's no extradition treaty.
Oh, Venezuela is beautiful at any time of year. And of course, I'm also a fan of podcasts, and I'd like to plug a podcast called First Hand, hosted by two morally bankrupt gentlemen like myself, Greg Gallant and Devin Field. After Devin Field has really caught my eye. He's who I'll be following after.
You're gonna murder him.
Well, after I handle this, Devin, I'll see if I have a taste for it and move on.
So you're
to
on
the
a
next.
Devin kick.
Only
at this
Devin's
point.
in the building.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's fun. Who would be next? Sawa? Okay, good. So go
What's
ahead.
connecting these three murders? Oh, they're all named Devin.
It's the perfect crime. But so follow him before I kill him at that Devin Field on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay, great. I want to plug, look, we just got off of our tour, the Comedy Bang Bang tour that we did 23 shows. And Bridget Jones is on the New York one, along with some other great
Yay.
guests.
Like there's like a whole week in there that's mad awesome. There's a hot little
Now,
bit.
did you film those, or that's going to?
We didn't, no, we don't.
It was a live experience only.
live experience and oral.
Oral.
Highly oral.
Highly oral.
Heyo.
But yeah, all 23 shows are over there at Comedy Bang Bang World, as well as the aforementioned This Book Changed My Life. There was an interesting guest on there, Jim Smith.
There's this sicko on. This sicko named Jim Smith.
Yeah,
Jim-
you would listen to this one then.
I listened to it. Oh yeah. It was
Yeah, it was an interesting episode.
disturbing.
Maybe Jim Smith's just misunderstood.
It could be.
No.
Okay.
It's some creepy substitute teacher.
Oh, never mind. That I cannot condone.
Yeah.
Substitute teacher?
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Okay, so let's close up the old plug bag.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Beautiful. Yes, exactly.
Whoa, doctor.
Kind of hitting it off, I guess. Have you ever role played before? I'd love to have you. Come back. Come back. That's what therapy is all about. Come back. Beautiful. Oh, wow. Wow, I don't remember
Mad
saying
good.
any of those things.
That was awesome.
That made my eyes go jet black, I'll tell you that.
Oh no! Okay, we gotta calm you down.
Get out of here.
Thank you to that was Comedy Bow Bow by Mac Lechner. Thanks so much to Mac Lechner. And guys, I want to thank you so much, John. So great to have you back on.
Thank you for having me.
Is it official? Celebs are back.
I think celebs are back.
All right. And Bridget, so great to have you.
It was mental to be here. Absolutely devastating.
So sorry about the Queen.
What? What happened to her?
Oh, you don't even remember? Are you like a goldfish? You barely remember
Is she
conversations?
okay? Did something happen?
Oh, we'll talk about it after
Sorry
the show.
about Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Sorry about Ted Lasso as well. And Steve, your eyes are black, you're sweaty, your hands are curling up.
Get me out of here before I do something I won't regret.
Okay, we'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.